Hi, my name is Michael Bridges. I'm the head strength coach at the University of Denver, and a couple of teams that I'm responsible for, the men's and women's golf teams. You know, people think about golf and they think it's just a static kind of thing where people just swing their arms and there's not much going on in their body when this is happening. And they don't think of it as a sport. I'm here to tell you that we have athletes on our golf teams. Whether you think that golf is a sport or not, I can tell you we definitely have athletes. So things that I'm concerned about as far as power production, accuracy in the golf swing, making sure that they're good when they're out there on the course. You know, talking about the lower body up, they got to have good ankle mobility and stability. Believe it or not, if you go into your backswing and you can't get the pressure on the inside of your foot in order to start that downswing, then you're going to be off balance right away. So I'm looking at the ability to invert and evert the ankle and to do it in a balanced way. The next thing you got to look at is internal and external rotations of the hip, especially on the leg of the backswing. If they can't internally rotate that hip and collapse that hip in towards the femur, then they're going to have problems with their range of motion and possibly with the lower back too at the end of their backswing. And eventually, they could end up, if they continue to have that kind of problem, they end up with a lot of torque through their back or even through their knee. So I want to make sure that the hip is able to internally rotate on their backswing. Now, as you rotate up into the backswing, you got to look at the scapular say if they're right-handed, so the scapula on the right side. Make sure that it is able to move backwards and lock in the back, so that it gives their shoulder a good range of motion, so they have a good balanced, free range of motion throughout the top of that backswing. Now, as they change from that backswing into that downswing, then a series of things happens, top down and from the bottom up, meeting in the middle so that they get good power production, their timing is right, so their hands are right, and they get a good release and a good follow through. So we talked a little bit about that ankle and be able to get pressure on the inside of that foot. It's going to drive that leg inward, get a little bit of, not really hip sway, but a transfer of energy from the backswing side to the front side. And then they're going to follow through with their hips, and the arms are going to come down, they're going to release their arms at the bottom. So in order to do that, I want to make sure that range of motion is clear. They get good power production, and then at the hand they can kind of stop it and crack that whip to get the hands to come across. Now on the follow through, you're looking at the opposite side, they got to be able to internally rotate that hip on the other side. So their backswing side foot has to release, the front side hip has to be able to close down. They've got to get good range of motion through their thoracic spine on the other side, on their follow-through. Their scapula's got to be able to come back and open up for that shoulder to rotate, so you've got a nice good follow-through aiming towards the target. If anything breaks down throughout any of that, then they're going to have problems with their balance and stability throughout that swing, and they're not going to be real accurate.